Hey, salvete discipuli and salvete omnes. Welcome again to another episode of Latin and Layman's. We're going to do something in terms of kind of historical medicine. And we actually did this back in the day. And we kind of still do this now, and I'll talk about it. But what am I going to talk about? Well, maybe you can go find me. Leave me a little tippage if you learned something new. And if not, just rate me wherever you can or share me wherever you can. I mean, like, come on, help me out. Help me out however you can. Because I'm here doing my thing. All I can ask is just, you know what? We're all friends here. We're all teammates here. And if your soul is moved to do so, help your teammate out. That being said, we're going to talk about trepanation. Well, I should probably do the TIO. And even though that's just like, as I say, the suffixification of a UL, which is making this abstract word either a noun, an adjective, an adverb, whatever. In this case, we have trepanation. And in this case, it comes from the Greek. Trepanor, essentially, which means to bore. And in this case, not to bore you. No, not that. Hopefully, I'm not boring you. And if I am, then you probably should just scroll away. But to bore a hole. So the action of, or really the procedure of boring a hole. And where is this hole bored into, really? It's in the head. I've actually never seen, or recently, I've been trying to watch Rome on HBO recently, and they have a depiction of trepanation in it, where a lot of back in the day, it was about purging fluids from your body. It was about balancing the humors. It was about, you have a little too much of this, you need some of this, blah, 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 this and that, black bowel, yellow bowel, green bowel, whatever. Anyways, one of these was kind of I don't even know why. A lot of the time, I mean, you can think about it if you suss it out. Sometimes you gotta like bore a hole into the skull in order to relieve pressure if you have, your brain swelling or anything like that, because your brain can only swell a certain amount before it starts hitting the sides of your skull, and then it just will it'll go ischemic. It'll start to, and ischemic is basically like blood loss, and ischemia or ischeme in the Greek means a holding back. So essentially a holding back of blood, which makes your brain go hypoxic and not good stuff by there. Anyways, so if you didn't know, now you know that about that. But yeah, we would literally, and then we just leave it. I mean, this is ancient practice, you guys. And like back in the day when we were looking at these skulls and archaeological finds, we weren't really sure. Maybe it was just like a guy that, but we started to realize that there was actual little bits of bone growth around the actual trepanated spot. So I thought talk about crazy, crazy stuff. And to walk around for the rest of your life with just a hole in your head, what do? Do you just keep it wrapped all the time? Like, frick, what the? Anyways, if you didn't know, now you know. This can also be seen kind of nowadays. They call it a craniotomy. And this is funny because an otomy is a cutting into, because they'll take a bit of your crania out, as in your bone, and then they store it in your abdomen and allow like whatever pressure in the brain or whatever to calm down and everything like that. We still do wild practices. It's like leeches. It's why we have leeches. When you lose a limb or anything like that, there can be a really bad problem between the venous and atrial outflow inflow, and leeches help to well, I'll get into that in another video. Hope you learned something new. Tempest Scatteray.